She threw away my baby's formula. Not expired, not recalled, not misplaced. Threw it away. 8 full tubs, hundreds of dollars, gone. And when I asked her why, she looked me in the eye and said, "You didn't need them." That was the moment something in me broke. That quiet line between tolerance and betrayal snapped like a string pulled too tight. And all I could think was, this isn't just about diapers. This isn't just about parenting choices. This is about control, about power, about respect. And right then and there, I told her, "Get out." She wasn't welcome in my home until she replaced every last item she threw away. And now, everyone's got an opinion about whether I've gone too far. But here's the whole story. You tell me what you would have done. I'm 19. I live with my parents, but not for free. I pay rent, a fair split, equal to everyone else. And because of that, my parents always told me, "This is your home too. You have just as much say in what happens here." I've never really leaned on that rule, never wanted to make things uncomfortable until now. 3 weeks ago, I had a baby girl. She's tiny, she's perfect, she's the center of my world. I'm not with her father, we're not a couple, but we're close friends and co-parents, and he's been incredible through all of this. We're doing the best we can. But I won't lie, it's hard. I'm young. My body is still healing. My supply is low. I try to breastfeed, but it's not enough. She still cries after I nurse. She still reaches for more. So I supplement with formula, about 80% of the time. It's what works. It's what she needs. And for a while, that was okay. Until my brother and his wife came into the picture. He's 26. She's 24. New parents too. Their son is 8 months old. They're what you'd call crunchy parents. Everything organic, reusable, low waste. Cloth diapers, reusable wipes, breast milk or bust, baby wearing, wooden toys, no pacifiers, no formula, no disposable anything. They believe what they believe. That's their right. I don't judge it, but I'm not them. I use pacifiers, disposable diapers, wipes that come out of a plastic pack, and yes, formula, because it's what keeps my baby healthy and fed. And even though they've made passive comments before, I never thought it would go this far. My birthday was last Monday. My co-parent offered to take me out to dinner, just something low-key. A fast food meal at one of my favorite spots. I hadn't been out in weeks. I needed a break. Just 2 hours. So I asked my brother and sister-in-law if they could watch the baby. They agreed. When I got back home, my sister-in-law smiled and said, "I did a little cleaning, got rid of the stuff you don't need." She said it lightly, almost like a favor. And then they left. Quickly, too quickly. The second I walked into the nursery, my chest tightened. The formula was gone. All of it. Every can. Every tub. Vanished. And so were the disposable diapers and wipes. Replaced with a stack of cloth squares, wet bags, and some reusable gear that clearly wasn't mine. I froze. I just stood there, staring. You know that feeling when something terrible happens and your brain doesn't know how to compute it? That was me. Standing in my daughter's nursery, surrounded by someone else's choices. I couldn't even cry. I just turned off my phone. I needed silence. I needed to breathe. Because the thing is, I couldn't afford to replace that formula. Not right away. I had bought in bulk, scraped together enough to cover the next few weeks. It was supposed to last until my next paycheck, and now it was gone. That night, I nursed her, and she cried. She was still hungry. I held her against my chest, listening to her tiny whimpers and I felt helpless. Like I had failed her. Like someone had stolen her security, and mine, and left us with nothing. The next day, my brother and sister-in-law came by to pick up something they'd forgotten. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just looked her in the eyes and said, "You need to replace what you threw away." Her smile dropped. She said she couldn't afford to. I said, "Then get out, and don't come back until you do." And that was it. I closed the door. My brother thinks I'm being dramatic, harsh, unreasonable. He says she was just trying to help. But I ask you, what kind of help steals from a newborn? Because that's what it was. Theft. She didn't ask. She didn't warn me. She didn't offer to cover the cost, or even explain her reasoning. She took what she didn't agree with and discarded it. Like my choices didn't matter. Like I didn't matter. Even worse, like my baby's needs didn't matter. And that, to me, is unforgivable. My parents agree, to an extent. They say I'm right to be angry, that what she did was wrong. But they think telling her not to come back is a bit too far. But here's my question. If I can't trust her in my home, if I can't trust her to respect my parenting, or my child's needs, or even my property, then how could I ever trust her around my baby again? And it's not just about the stuff. It's about the message. That she believes her way is the only way. That she's so convinced she's right. She's willing to put a 3-week-old child at risk to prove it. She didn't just overstep. She tried to take over. So now, I sit here, 3 weeks postpartum, exhausted, broke, and trying to recover, wondering if I've just started a family war. But all I wanted was to be respected. As a mother, as a person, as someone who's doing her best. So tell me, am I the asshole? This story cuts deep. Because it's not just about parenting philosophies. It's about power, boundaries, and the sacred space we build when we become mothers. No one has the right to rip that space apart. What this young mom went through is more than just a loss of supplies. It's a violation of trust, of safety, and of autonomy. It's a moment when someone who should have been supporting her decided instead to control her. And when a mother says, "No more," when she sets a boundary, when she protects her baby, that is not being difficult. That is being brave. It doesn't matter whether you breastfeed or bottle feed, use cloth or disposable, organic or store brand. What matters is the love, the care, the intention, and above all, the respect. So here's our question for you, the AITA Story Vault community. Have you ever had someone cross a line in the name of helping? What would you have done if you were in her shoes? Drop a comment, share your story, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another dive into the moral gray zone. This has been AITA Story Vault, where every story holds a lesson and every voice matters.